Okay, hello everyone. Awesome, great. Hello everyone, good evening. Welcome to SQL project presentation. And my name is Timothy. You can just refer to me as Coach Timothy. All right, and I will be the host for tonight. So let's get into business. Extra 7 minutes was to wait for others to join, right? And so we can have a full house. So let's start with a bit of a conversation or an introduction to what this program is about, right? So that we can have better understanding of what we're going to be doing for tonight. So let's get into it. All right, can we still hear me? And the network is good? Just to be sure, you can always trust this network. All right, great, awesome. All right, so let's cook. First of all, I would like to introduce what this program is about, and then I will introduce our guests for tonight. And every other person that has joined in is also a guest, okay? Because you are here to be part of what this program is about. All right, and thank you for honoring our invitation. So let's get into it. So first, let me introduce what this program is about. So we've created this platform because there's been this gap between being a data professional and industries, right? What are the opportunities out there? Now you will agree with me that SQL, amidst all the data analytics platforms, software, seem to be pretty much easy to learn and master, right? Now, because of that gap that SQL creates, we decided to create this study group. So the study group is actually a platform where anyone who is familiar with SQL, anyone who is looking to, understand how SQL can be used to analyze data, understand how SQL is an integral skills as a data professional, and as well, you want to build projects, connect with other data guys. That's what this platform is about. All right, so skip the introduction. Now we know what we are. We are individuals, people with an interest in SQL, and have decided to learn together, grow together, build, do projects, and as well sharpen our skills, because there's power in collaborative learning, right? You'll agree with me, there's power in collaborative learning, and that's what this platform creates, a platform for us to learn. We started this journey in November, and our 30 days is 3 days per day. Let me explain. So it's a 30 days, but does not require that we have to learn every day, because we understand that all of us, our schedules are different, right? Responsibility, commitment, and all. So it takes 3 days to complete 1 day. And we're covering topics from novice to project level, right? To case studies across different industries. And our projects happens after 5 to 10 days. There is like a project. And that's what we're here for. We're here to present a project and listen to some amazing guys that have been working on, group level, kind of, and they will be presenting the SQL project. The rule for this presentation is straightforward. One is we have guests in the house, so they are the top project reviewers for this session, but every other person on this meeting is allowed to ask questions. All right, when the time comes to ask questions, you'll be open to ask questions. But first, all the groups that are active on the call and were represented by each group members would present their projects first. I'll say that again. All the group present their project first. So group A, group B, group C will present, And after, the facilitators, our panelists for tonight will then pick each group and give their feedback on whatever project you've presented. So that's how we're going to go. I want to believe that everybody is well represented. If you're in group A, use the reaction button. All members of group A. Isaac, my guy, Alpha. Members of group A. Don't tell me just Isaac, guys. All right, members of group B. Members of group B. Members of group B. Okay. All right, so members of group B. Members of group C. Members of group C. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's get into it. First of all, let's get to meet our guests for tonight. All right. So permission to flip screen. If you can still hear me clearly, please use the reaction button just to be good. Okay, great, awesome. Yeah, you can always trust this network. I don't know about you guys, but me, I cannot trust this network. Yeah, we cannot trust it. All right, so quick one. While we get to meet our our facilitators for tonight, I'd like to hear from two persons, one person that is not a member of the study group who would like to talk about SQL and his experience with SQL. And then I also want to hear from the study group, any member of the study group, feedback about SQL. Any volunteer? If you wish to speak, you could raise your hand and I will call you. I just want to hear your feedback, to share with us, the entire community, what's your feedback about SQL, your experience so far about SQL. It could be novice level, beginners level. It could even be an integration with Python or data science. It's cool. All right, but tell us something about your experience with SQL. Anyone going first? You could raise your hand and I'll call you. Okay, Chinalo, great. You can go first. What's your experience about SQL? You could start by introducing yourself and tell us where you're joining us from, and then talk about your experience with SQL.
Okay, my name is Chinalum Clementina. I'm joining from Lagos State. And so far, okay, prior to the study group, yeah, I had foundational knowledge of SQL, but then, SQL has been that analytical software that I'm not always certain about. Like, yeah, if I'm asked to say, okay, fine, rate your, knowledge of SQL. In fact, anytime I'm faced with that challenge of come and teach SQL, I will just be dying inside. So I was just be like, oh my, where do I even start from? Because it has like been my challenge in my data analytics journey. Because today I know it, tomorrow I'm not sure what I know anymore. But I'm happy I joined the study group, and that was one of the reasons why I joined, so I could stand on my feet. I could build on the skills I have prior to now, and also to be confident about my knowledge of SQL. And I'm glad so far. It's been amazing. Thank you.
Also, great. I know that feeling, right? I think SQL was like the last application I took my time to learn after mastering Excel, Power BI, and other softwares. Like, I was always taking my time, being like, SQL, you have to be prepared to cover this guy. So I know what you're talking about. All right, any other person wants to tell us his or her experience about SQL before we introduce our guests in the call? Any hands going up? Oh, great. I have two hands. Chinalo, you can put your hands down now. Thank you.
That's cool on the beat.
All right, Fahana. Fahana, you can go next. Thank you.
Hello, guys.
I
I hope you can clearly hear me.
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Yeah, but don't mind the background noise. It's from the neighbor. Yeah. So my name is Farhana. I'm from Kenya, and I'm glad to be part of the team. No, but though I did not take the SQL study group this time, but I was really impressed. I was willing to take that opportunity, but so unfortunately, one or two happened. I just joined to see what my fellows have really done, so that maybe I can pick one or two. Yeah, but I'm a data scientist. I've done Python, and even today I've just completed my internship on WorldCount University, and also
Yay.
yeah, I've studied SQL basically on data camp, but practically I've not done any personal project with SQL. So I really felt so good hearing that there is a team or a group that can help me go through that. So I'm really looking forward to join the next study group.
Awesome.
Hopefully, yeah, in January, I guess. And
Yes.
I believe that am I full if I pronounce it rightly? Am I full? Yeah. So
Yes, you can call me Timothy.
yeah, I believe it still be a study group basically for SQL first before you proceed to other tools. Yeah, so thank you so much. I'm looking forward for that.
Awesome. Great. Yes, I'm also looking forward to seeing some of your work on SQL. I mean, I'm looking forward to quite a number of things for next year on the community, right? There is the Python study group that is coming up. There is the SQL Study Group Edition 3. Then there's an Excel industry focused course that we're about to, release by next year. So there's a lot of things coming up on the community, right? And I'm excited and I'm looking forward to all of these things. Thank you, Fahana, for sharing that insight with us. And yes, SQL, a lot of us know this guy is not a friend until you master it, then it becomes a friend, right? Awesome. So let's get into it. I'd like to introduce our facilitators for tonight, right? It's a pleasure to have them. It's actually a pleasure to have them. Before now, I've gotten to work with. Let's start with Mr. Mike. Yeah, Mr. Michael. I met Mr. Michael on a project. A friend of mine was working on a business pitch regarding to getting a grant, right, from a company and from some investors here. And a friend of mine recommended Mr. Michael, and that was the first time we met. It was a call, it was a business conversation. Right. I was not even the one directly involved. I was connecting him. Okay, let me tell you the story. A friend connected me to him, and I was connecting him to a friend. So at the end of the day, it was not even me, but that connection really left a remark and an impression on me. And when we got to this point, I felt like, no, Mr. Michael is like an amazing guy when it comes to financial related stuff. And that's why he's here tonight. He accepted our invitation, and it's a pleasure to have you, Mr. Michael. Mr. Michael, good evening. How are you doing?
Yeah, good evening, Timothy. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for the
Great.
opportunity. I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. So let me tell you guys a little bit about him, just so you know, right? I mean, I'm saying this so that our students can be able to take this, take an opportunity, take this as an opportunity to be very expressive. All right. You know that saying when they say it's better that your own family members see you in your loose state than for you to go out there and pour your hand or for you to fuck up, right? It's better that your own loved ones within your place of learning, the people that care about you can see your weaknesses and help you fix it. than when you go out there and your weakness, gets back at you. And that's what I want us to take this as an opportunity to, take advantage of all of the guests that we have for tonight. And I promise you that you will not only leave here by presenting your project, but also learn one or two things from them. Right? Personally, these guys are amazing. Let me give you guys a little bit of background about Mr. Michael, so you know who he is deep down, beyond just the face that you're already seeing on this flyer and all. So Mr. Michael is actually a finance and strategy analyst. Sorry. He's worked over 4 years of experience advising private and public sectors. He's worked with clients across sub-Saharan Africa, Nigeria, and beyond. His expertise actually span from being a financial analyst, modeling financial related, activities, financial validation, investment, project related to finance, strategic advisory across sectors in energy, agriculture, infrastructure, working with FMCG and financial service related, right? So you see that his strength is strong on finance. If you want to invest your money, you should ask for a consultation call, right, from someone that actually understands systems like this, and that's one beauty of having Mr. Michael here. He's a financial expert. He holds multiple professional certificates across financial modeling and validation analysis, FMVA. You could Google around that part, right? And he's really advanced in financial modeling, right? Let's not forget, he also has passed the CFA level exam. And maybe you should tell us a bit about the CFA level exam, because I've actually seen some of my friends talk about it, but now when you're not into finance, you might not really want to ask many questions. But Mr. Michael, tell us a bit about CFA level. I think it's something related to a certificate for financial or something. I'm not sure. What's it about, sir?
Okay, thank you. CFA, the full meaning is actually Chartered Financial Analyst. So it's globally, that's the most recognized professional certification, like finance related. So when it comes to finance, investment, ecosystem, so that's like the professional body with the highest recognition globally, right? So, and there are actually 3 levels to it. And the difficulty of the exam has really made the exam to become even more popular, both in Nigeria and of course Africa, and then by extension globally too. So it's actually very challenging. The exam is very challenging, but of course it's very, very broad and gives every candidate that take part in the exam, even far beyond probably passing or not, because the pass rate has always been below 50%. So
really?
Whether you pass or not, at least the exam is going to give you a lot of exposure into finance, into investment, ecosystem, and also I think you hearing about it, I'm not surprised, because a whole lot of people also have heard and spoken about it. Yeah.
Great. Also, this conversation is making me feel like we should have a session early next year related to something on finance. And I think it would be nice to have Mr. Victor. Do you guys agree with me? I mean, Mr. Michael, sorry. Do you guys agree with me? We should have Mr. Michael come back again to really talk about his financial thing. Oh, great. So we are all in support. I will have that conversation with him, and you definitely see him again talk about his field of expertise. Thank you, Mr. Michael. Thank you for accepting this invitation.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right. So 3 teams are going to be presenting, and one of the teams have a focused project in Mr. Michael's area of expertise. So maybe you guys should say your prayers. I mean, good prayers. All right. Okay, so let's get to meet Mr. Dave. Yeah, Dave. Honestly speaking, Dave is like one of the most creative person I've met in Akure and beyond. Why do I say that? Because the first time I met him, I was fascinated by his appearance. He's actually a very charming boy. Okay, so let's not go there. He's very handsome, right? And he's very confident in anything related to creativity. I mean, if you hear him talk, You might look at him at first and think, this guy is going to be like a very, serious person. But when he talks, he's like an old man in a young man's body. He's just full of wisdom, insight, knowledge about creativity, and he's very, very expressive. Like, his talent is out of this world. Personally, I really like him at first, but I did not show it till like after a while. And I said, no, this guy is too good. And that was what got me close to him. And I became like a friend to the family and all that. So that's Mr. David. Let me tell you a bit about him so that you know who I'm talking about. Dave is a filmmaker, right? He's a writer, he's a creative producer, and he has experience spanning from film production to content strategy to digital storytelling, media innovation. I mean, this guy literally premiered a movie in a movie theater. And when a friend told me that this is the guy that was behind it, I was like, hold on, I know him. She was like, you know him? I said, I know him. I have his number. Even I can call him for you. She was like, oh, so you know people. I'm like, are you kidding me? I mean, sorry for spelling it. Scratch that. Dave has a lot of creative projects, from film production to narrative-driven movies to concept-based games, faceless finance education channel. He runs a financial channel, right? And it's faceless, meaning he generates the content, designs and builds it, and push it out there, and has a lot of audience following his work. His work is blending creativity and system thinking together. It's always audience insightful and can bridge it related to media. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Dave, a storyteller. Hi Dave, how you doing?
Hi, Mr. Timothy. You don't have me or finish for this call.
Nah, I'm telling you the truth, man. Great.
It's really nice.
Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so Dave, what should we look forward to tonight from your end?
Look forward to Mr. Michael talking, because he's the one that has all the certifications and stuff. I'm just here to support. But yeah, I'm just going to listen to the students talk and try to. Yeah?
You can call us analysts. Yeah, we're proud of that.
Oh. Yeah, I'm just going to listen to the analysts talk and tell us what they came up with, and as much as possible we'll try to give our own little insights or feedback where that is concerned. But yeah, I'm so glad to be here.
Yes, we are so glad to have you. I've been looking forward to this session for a while now, so I'm just gonna have fun. I don't know about you guys, but me, I'm having fun tonight. I'm not going to be a coach, although I will still be a coach, because I'm going to also give my feedback on some projects. But then my bosses are here. Who am I? All right, guys, let's get into it. We're about to listen to the first presentation from Group A, and each group has 15 minutes. I'm going to be keeping a counter. So while you're presenting, and when it's 5 minutes to your time, I will let you know that you have 5 minutes. All right, so that you can be aware. All right, but then each group has 5 minutes. Please take your time to speak clearly. We've done all the rehearsals. I mean, some of us have done our rehearsals already, so I'm not afraid of what we're going to be saying tonight. Okay, so Group A, are we ready? 15 minutes, and I'm counting on my clock. 15 minutes. The moment you start sharing your screen, I will start counting. Our judges are ready. They have their grading system already. So you just do your part, all right? Just do your part. Don't forget, you're here to learn. You're not before, managers and, your bosses. You're here to get feedback, to improve on your project. You're here to share what you've learned. You're here to learn, all right? So don't treat from that mindset. Take opportunity to learn. Learn from others. Learn from yourself as well. If you want to take notes of things, feel free to take notes, all right? And this recording is going to be available on YouTube, so you can always go back to it to review and listen to the insight again. All right, Group A, are we ready? Is anybody from Group A that is ready? You can just raise your hand and I will I would call your name. Oh, great, Isaac, my guy. All right, Isaac, I will stop sharing my screen. Yeah, Fatima, hello. All right, guys, I'm actually excited tonight, and I'm looking forward to what we're going to be saying, what we're going to be sharing, what we're going to be pouring out. So the floor is yours, guys. Once your screen is shared, I will start counting my 15 minutes. All right.
So sorry, coach. Good evening, everyone. Please give us like a moment to quickly set up. I've been so into different things. So sorry.
All right. Okay. So while you're ready, please let me know when you're ready. You can just raise your hand again. Raise your hand again, and I will know that you're ready. So while we're looking forward to them sharing their presentation, what do you think is like the biggest challenge in SQL? Anybody want to give me an answer? Like, why is SQL challenging? Why is like everyone feeling this program is not as easy as Excel or friendly as Power BI? Anybody want to give us like an answer to that? Why are we feeling like this with SQL? What's going on? Like, what is really going on? Anybody want to share your thoughts? You can raise your hand. You want to share your thoughts? Why? Okay, so I think Kandala Tech is yeah, Kandala, do you want to talk?
All right, good evening, everyone.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah, I didn't know there's a program like this going on, so I was just glad because I'm a data analyst, so I use SQL. And for me, I think it's when it comes to city, when you're doing the joining and the city in SQL. For someone that is a data analyst trying to transition to data engineering, I think I find city, the concept of city and then join to be something that is not easy. So yes.
Yeah, city can actually be annoying sometimes, you know. Yeah, that's true though. City can be annoying. Join too. That guy is never friendly. Whether he's left or right, it's never friendly. Thank you for sharing that with us. That was good. Fatima, are you guys ready now?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Once you hit your screen, let me know and I will also let you know. Okay, so 3 teams are going to be presenting tonight, guys. All right, and they are different projects. So what I want everyone that is active on the call to do is listen, because you're going to ask questions. All right, you're allowed to ask them questions regarding to what they've done. This is a place to learn, so it's speak kindly, speak respectfully, ask questions on whatever they've done, and they will give you answers as much as. That's when we get to the question and answer session. Right, but first they're going to present their project. All right, first they're going to present, and we are going to learn. Currently, I feel like SQL is not as friendly as other tools, so sometimes it's hard to like just show a presentation on the project in SQL, right? So let's learn from these guys and let's see what they've done, and as well, let's learn from each other, right? Okay, Fatima, I see your screen. It's good. Let me know when you're ready.
Almost.